can attach many different types of file to email messages, with the one possible exception being .exe files. The reason this is because it's very easy to send viruses and malicious programs in .exe format. So most web services, or rather most webmail services, will block .exe formats. That being said, we can send music, pictures, documents, and all these different types of file have varying file sizes. So to demonstrate this, I've put 3 different types of file on the desktop. And if we were to get their properties up side by side, we can see, if I put them in order of size, that within a 20 megabyte file limit, which is often the maximum amount you can send on each email, we could send 2 of these songs because it's 9.25 megabyte. We could send 200 of these pictures, or just less than 200 of these pictures, and we could send about 2,000 or about 1,700 of these documents. Some email services will have a limit on the number of files as well as the file size. So we have to take all these things into account when attaching files to emails. So now we know about the different types of file we can send and also the varying file sizes. Let's go ahead and attach a file. So I've clicked on Compose in the top left, and underneath the subject we have Attach a File. Now we can either click this and find the file that we're looking for in the Open dialog, like this, by selecting sky.jpg and clicking Open, which after a small amount of time will upload the file to the server and it will be attached to your email message. In most modern browsers, Gmail now has the ability to drag and drop files into an email. So if we drag and drop, it will say drop the files here. If we let go, it will begin to attach this file. I'm going to cancel that because it will take a certain amount of time for this to complete. So now we know about the different types, the different sizes, and how to attach a file. I'm going to go over distribution lists. In Gmail, we have to create a group, not a distribution list, to achieve this. So if we go to Gmail, click on Contacts. If we tick one of our contacts or tick a number of our contacts within the list, then we can add them to a group by clicking on this icon above called Groups, and we can either add them to our contacts, which they're already part of, or we can click Create New. Now when it says give the group a name, we can call it anything we like. So I could call it Example if I wanted to, and now that's saved a group with just my personal email address under the name Example. So if I was to go back now to Gmail and click and type in the word Example into the top box, Example. In the to box, I've started to type Example, and it's come up that we've got a group called Example and asked me whether I would like to send it to the group. If I click yes, it will insert all the email addresses under that group. So say you had a group of 5 friends that you always share photos with. You could create a group for these in your email. Instead of having to type all their email addresses out each and every time, we can use a group, or as it's otherwise known, a distribution list. The theory is still the same regardless of which program you create it in. So we've covered types of file, the different sizes associated with them, and also distribution lists or groups as they're known in Gmail.